G'day guys, today we're doing a automation and BeamNG video. If you're wondering what's going on, pretty much what's happened is we've built a Lancia 037 Group B Rally car. And pretty much what's happened is I've lost all the audio file and video file for it. But I was able to recover some of the video file, so I can speed through some of what I've got and just do a time lapse over it. And just at the moment, pretty much what I'm going to be doing is I'm just explaining what's happened, what we've built, and the specs. So if we go through, you can see we've got an inline 4 cast iron block material with a bore 85 and a stroke of 96, running dual overhead cams, 4 valves per, aluminium head, VVL. We've also got billet steel, lightweight titanium, lightweight forged pistons. We've got a compression ratio of 7:5:1, cam profile 68, VVL profile 72. We've got it turbocharged, intercooler 272 kilowatt, compressor 67.9 millimeter, turbine 58.5, AR ratio of 0.904, max boost of 13 psi. We're running a Carby 4-barrel single carburetor. Intake is race. Fuel type we're running ultimate 100 RON. Fuel mixture was 12, ignition timing 91. We've got a 9,000 RPM. We've got short cast headers, exhaust just a single exhaust, bypass valves, 3-inch exhaust, high flow 3-way cat, no muffler, no second muffler, quality all the way up on that. Gonna bring that down because that actually fucks around a bit too much. And as you can see, sitting on the stats here, we've got 252 foot-pound of torque when it was meant to be around the 246 mark, but it's around the right RPM and it's only a little bit more. We've got 242 kilowatts at 8,000 RPM. That's accurate for what it was. What I'll do at the moment is I'll just give it a bit of a sound test so that way you guys can hear what it's like. And as you guys could hear, it sounds really farty and very terrible low down, but it's kind of how it worked out. So what I'll do here is what I'll do is the video footage that I saved was of actually building the body of the car. If you're wondering why there's this weird spoiler behind it, it's to try and increase downforce, because I have pre-built one prior, and all it wanted to do was spin, which is to be to be expected, considering it's a rear-wheel drive, manual 5-speed with bloody, running a gear ratio of 5.54 to 1. If I remember is correct. What was it? 5.25 to 1 is meant to be. So I'll bring that to there. Yeah, that's close enough. What do we got? So yeah, 5.25 to 1. So it's at first gear, it's got a 39.6% chance of wheel spin. Not too bad. I've had a lot worse. We've done electric LSD. We've done radial medium compound, because I didn't want to do chunky off-road, because I don't know how that translates to BeamNG. We've done tyre size, front, 205, 55, 16s. And then rears are 225, 50, 16s. And then we've got vented discs, 2 pistons for the front, same for the back. We've got 54, so pretty much a mid-grade pad type, 66% front bias, 34% rear. We've done off-road skid tray. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of lift. We've actually got at 3.8 kilos of lift, but at the same time, high speed oversteer is pretty much spot on. And then, as you see, we've got very minimal braking. We're going to have quite an issue here, I reckon, with the power to traction. Going to have quite a bit of issue right there, around the 50k mark, but she'll be right. We've got quite a bit of oversteer that then goes into a severe understeer spike here. I've tried fixing that. I don't quite know what I can do to fix that, other than just fucking around and tinkering, which I can't really be bothered doing at the moment, mainly because I've already spent so long on this already. As you can see, we've got quite stiff springs, quite stiff dampeners. We've got -1 camber on front, -1.5 on the rear. Ride height's maximum, which I might actually bring that down. I'll have that about halfway. That doesn't cause any more issues. Nope. And yeah, as you can see, this is our Lancia. I should probably put a fuel filler on it and some door handles and mirrors. Mirrors come in handy for rally cars. So mirror wise, I'm not actually 100% sure what style mirror they have, so I'm just going to put what I think looks alright on them, which I think they look alright. They're small, they're compact, you can kind of keep them out of the way. And then the next thing we want is a fuel filler and some door handles. So from my knowledge of the door handles that these have, they are sort of like this. Where are we? Sort of like that. We'll just put that there, but we'll rotate it 90 degrees. We'll delete that. We'll go 90 degrees. And I believe that should already be mirrored. Yep, spot on. And then we want a fuel filler cap, which we're just going to quickly add. We should add something similar to that. Just behind the rear quarter there. Is that right? No, that's not right. Something like that will do. Now, it was just behind the rear door there. So it was about there, if memory serves me correctly. So that way it was quick access to fill. As you can see, all the graphs. But what we'll do now, hang on, what? Did I just see? Oh, we've actually got some downforce now. Okay, I don't know what changed that, but anyway. Now I need to tinker around with this again, try and get it into the just... There we go. That should be alright. Yeah, that'll be alright, I reckon. Because then I can always bring the rear wing angle up, which gets that back right. So that's our high speed. We're pretty much spot on in the middle. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that now, and we'll export it to BeamNG, and I'll see you guys there. Alrighty, so we are here in BeamNG. As you can see, we're in our little mock-up Lancia. We can turn all our lights on, all that. We've got our brake lights on. We're going to do pretty much a big jump arena, well, quick test. So, yeah, we're just here in big jump arena. As you can hear, the car kind of sounds a bit weird. The idle sounds very off for what it is, but anyway, let's try and do a speed test. That probably doesn't help. Alright, let's... ease it off the edge here, and... so we are hitting 170. Let's see if we can get it past the 500 meter mark. And we got about 375. And we're in the water. And the engine's flooded. But we did hit the 375 mark, which is actually not too bad. 375 is probably one of the better marks that I've gotten with a vehicle that I've built in automation. It actually seems pretty grippy as well. Although I did put the medium compound tyres instead of the chunky off-roads, which seems to be... oh, land it. And we go into a spin. Let's reset that. She does a nice skid. Let's try and beat that 170 mark. Oh, 165. So, for a vehicle as light as this is, this little i4, I am surprised actually does as well as what it does. So, if I can, I'll see if I can lift it up. Nope. Engine's in the rear, of course. So there we go. There's our little turbo 4-cylinder that we've got. Surprisingly, it is quite a decent amount of power. So what I'll do is I'll just reset it here and we'll go for a bit of a drive around. Now, this is meant to be a Group B rally car, but it does seem very grippy to the point where it's honestly probably worthwhile just being a race car. Okay, so you can't actually go anywhere up here. Alrighty. Well, I guess we might go to a rally track quickly and see how we go on a rally track. Alrighty, so... I don't know what actually happened. I seem to have actually lost most of my rally tracks. So what I've done at the moment is I've spawned us on the Top Gear test track, and we're going to try and beat the test track as quick as possible. Alrighty, let's see how we go. Now I've realised that I've got to be really gentle on the throttle, otherwise it's just not going to work. I'm going to spin out and it doesn't have enough traction. So I was thinking maybe I should have gone semi-slicks. Kind of cut the corner there a little bit. Go full bore, hard on the brakes. And tiniest little bit of throttle and we spun out. Now I'm doing this with an automatic instead of manual because I don't know why, but I can never seem to get the manual changes in the right period. So we'll hit the brakes. Hit the brakes hard. Let's go through the corner. Come on. Let's see if we can get this in under a minute 30. Ooh, hard on the brakes. Nearly overshot the corner. Go out wide. But honestly, this thing kind of drives really well. It drives about as well as what you'd expect. It's very twitchy if you give it too much, which is understandable for pretty much most cars. But, oh, we got a bit of a graphical glitch coming up here. Hard on the brakes. Get it onto the straight and across the finish line. And we did that in 1 minute and 47 seconds. Let's see if we can do that a little bit quicker. Cut the corner a bit. Who cares about that? Oh, spin out. And I think that would make, depending on how quickly I can recover. No, that makes that invalid. Come on, let's try and beat that minute 30. I'll race it around. You gotta really get on the brakes early. Nice little drift there. Oh, no. Come on. Come on. But once you lose it, it is very hard to get this thing back. Handbrake it into there. And I stuffed that up again. Let's give this one last shot. Hard on the accelerator. About 75%. Gotta admit, it's definitely a very quick little track car. Gentle, and we bring it round. Hard on the accelerator again. On the brakes early. And we bring it round. Come on. Whoa. And we go into it. Come on. No, come on. Well, at least she's controllable on the grass, I can say that. Until I slide it. Well, it seems that minute 47 is going to be our quickest lap. As you can see, I'm not the greatest racer or game racer. 2, 1. Yeah, as you can see, I'm not the greatest when it comes to racing games, but I'm not too bad. Just gentle on the accelerator. Try not to let it get too twitchy. On the brakes through here. I don't know what's causing it, but this engine seems to have a bit of an issue with audio glitching. On the accelerator here, coming in hard, and hard on the brakes, and overshot it. So we came in way too hard there. Try and make up some lost time. On the brakes, come on, try and get around the corner without spinning out. Bring it back. and we have lost it. So as you can see, minute 47 seconds is going to be our quickest lap that we could do, which was our first initial lap. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so that way whenever I upload another BeamNG video, you can be notified of that. And yeah, enjoy. And let's do some celebratory burnouts.